Roman Reigns replaces Paul Heyman as the wise man of the Bloodline. Why Seth Rollins will lose his World Heavyweight Championship at WWE Day 1. CM Punk replaces Cody Rhodes as Roman Reigns' opponent at WrestleMania 40. The shocking secret behind AJ Styles' physical transformation. Kevin Owens makes it personal with Logan Paul. Triple H adds former WWE champion to Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Let's jump right into it. Why Seth Rollins will lose his World Heavyweight Championship at WWE Day 1. Seth Rollins has been a workhorse champion ever since winning the World Heavyweight Championship at the Night of Champions Premium Live event in May 2023. The Architect has faced and defeated Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, and several other stars as a champion. His next big defense will come against McIntyre again at the WWE Day 1 special edition of Raw. The special episode will act as a pseudo-premium live event since one is not scheduled until the Royal Rumble at the end of January 2024. Rollins has gallantly defended the title against a litany of challengers and obstacles. However, his time may be running out at the beginning of 2024. Signs have emerged over the last few months, and these 4 signs could lead to Seth Rollins dropping the World Heavyweight Championship at WWE Day 1. Number 4. A title swap might be a way to keep Drew McIntyre in WWE. Regardless of what is said, Drew McIntyre's current WWE deal expires in April 2024. Several other big stars, including Seth Rollins, also have deals that end in 2024. Over the last 3 years, the 2 major champions have been Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. With the reluctance to take the title off of the Tribal Chief, the other top stars of WWE did not have a title to chase. However, that narrative changed with the introduction of the World Heavyweight Championship in May. Even with that welcome gesture, McIntyre lost in his bid to win the title. The Scottish Warrior has another shot at WWE Day 1 special event to take the belt from Rollins. It would be a negotiating tactic for both sides that could keep the Scottish Warrior on the roster. Number 3. Damian Priest still has the Money in the Bank briefcase. Damian Priest may have been facing tension in the Judgment Day on a weekly basis, but one thing is not tenuous: his hold on the Money in the Bank briefcase. Sinner Money in the Bank still holds a future title shot in his grasp. Despite several other attempts, it was not used. What better way to start the year off for the Judgment Day than to successfully have Priest cash in at WWE Day 1? Seth Rollins has already defeated every challenger from the Judgment Day. Both the Visionary and the Judgment Day claim to run Monday Night Raw. The best way to prove who really leads Raw would be for Priest to cash in his case. Number 2. Many viable challengers are lining up. As mentioned, Damian Priest is a default challenger because he possesses the Money in the Bank briefcase. Joining Priest are Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and others like Gunther. Punk's feud with Seth Rollins has already started and will feasibly culminate at WrestleMania 40 if Rollins is still the World Heavyweight Champion by April 2024. The title may also be on the line at the Royal Rumble at the end of January 2024. While he's still the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther is also a potential future opponent. Rollins is facing attacks from all sides and from various foes. His focus may not be completely on McIntyre, leading to a potential title change. Number 1. Seth Rollins has held the World Heavyweight Championship since May. Another sign Seth Rollins could lose his title at WWE Day 1 is that he has had a good run with the belt. He won the World Heavyweight Championship on May 27, 2023 at the Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. His run has eclipsed 210 days, which is a pretty good stretch as a major title holder in today's wrestling. In the early 2000s, runs of over 100 days were few and far between. A title change could be in the cards since Seth Rollins has helped add prestige to the World Heavyweight title with a 200-plus day reign as a champion. He would not lose any luster if he lost at WWE Day 1, especially since his back issues have consistently been referenced in his feuds. Do you think Seth Rollins will lose his title at WWE Day 1? 15-time WWE champion available for on-screen return after over 2 years. Triple H's WWE has seen several big changes since he took over creative duties in 2022. Many top names returned to the company, including William Regal. The only catch was that he wasn't allowed to appear on television. Regal left AEW in 2022 to return to WWE, stating he wanted to coach his son, Charlie Dempsey. This resulted in a clause that didn't allow him to appear as an on-screen character in 2023, ensuring the iconic British star wouldn't do anything beyond his duties as Vice President of Global Talent Development. With no more televised WWE shows this year, Dave Meltzer reported that the clause is as good as over. He wrote in the latest issue of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that William Regal is set to be available to appear. Regal's non-compete as far as appearing on television is just about over. At the time Regal left AEW, he said that he wasn't going to be appearing on television. He hasn't worked for NXT, and they have Michaels as an authority figure, who, while not as good at the job as Regal, is a far bigger name. They just hired Nick Aldis for that role on SmackDown and wouldn't have done so if they planned to put Regal in that spot, wrote Dave Meltzer. It remains to be seen if William Regal will return as a regular character or simply make occasional cameos. He last appeared on WWE television in September 2021, following the launch of NXT 2.0. There is a reason why fans are eager to see Regal return as an on-screen figure. As great as Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis are in their current roles, the former Intercontinental Champion may have been the greatest general manager ever. William Regal ruled over NXT with calm authority and fairness, commanding respect from the entire roster at all times without going out of his way to hurt anyone. His legitimacy was a big part of why the black and gold brand was as successful as it was. As a result, it would be in Triple H's best interests to find a regular on-screen role for Mr. Regal. Perhaps he could replace Aldis as SmackDown's general manager if the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion decides to wrestle again. Should William Regal become a regular on-screen figure in WWE? CM Punk replaces Cody Rhodes as Roman Reigns' opponent at WrestleMania 40. It seems like WWE has the two main event matches of WrestleMania 40 set in stone, with Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes likely being the headliner of the entire weekend. They might wrap up Night 2 again while CM Punk and Seth Rollins close out Night 1. These are probably the two biggest matches WWE can book right now, so it makes sense for them to come to fruition. However, what if CM Punk wins the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match and chooses to face Roman Reigns instead? This would be a massive twist, but there's a good reason. The Tribal Chief is a few months away from surpassing Hulk Hogan's record title reign of 1,474 days. Roman will do so if he remains the undisputed WWE Universal Champion until at least September 2024. So with Roman Reigns on the verge of unparalleled history, he will have to win at WrestleMania 40. Cody Rhodes has been earmarked to face the Tribal Chief at WrestleMania 40 since losing at the show's shows this year. However, another defeat would destroy his credibility after the Stanford-based promotion did well to preserve it over the past year. CM Punk can afford to lose at WrestleMania 40 with his story revolving around main eventing the show's shows. He gets to achieve the opposite of Roman Reigns even if it ends in defeat. As a result, it might be wise to pit the two against each other in April 2024, while Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins have other opponents. It might be necessary to prolong Cody Rhodes' story depending on whether WWE wants Roman Reigns to surpass Hulk Hogan's title record. The American Nightmare has to win at WrestleMania 40, be it against the Tribal Chief or anyone else. A match against Seth Rollins would be a decent alternative, especially with the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. However, Rhodes has already defeated the Visionary multiple times, which would lessen the impact of his potential win. Randy Orton is the perfect opponent for Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, if not Roman Reigns. The two have a storied history together, and they both have a score to settle with the Bloodline, so they might get in each other's way. This is a solid basis for a feud between the two before they delve into their past in the legacy. Both superstars have grown immensely since then, making for a great story. A win over Orton would help Rhodes continue his journey back to Reigns, finally winning the undisputed WWE Universal Championship after September 2024. Who do you think will dethrone Roman Reigns? The shocking secret behind AJ Styles' physical transformation. AJ Styles recently made his WWE return looking physically jacked up, leaving many to wonder what he did to achieve an enviable body type during his hiatus. The topic was discussed on Vince Russo's YouTube channel, where the WWE veteran admitted he heard about current talents resorting to tart and other methods. Vince Russo has known AJ Styles for nearly 2 decades, as they briefly worked together in TNA. Russo admitted that he was pretty surprised to see Styles' physique recently on SmackDown and had a chat with former WCW star Disco Inferno about the current trends in wrestling. Russo explained that pro wrestling athletes are using TART, testosterone replacement therapy, and other such practices under the guidance of a professional to bulk up quickly. The 62-year-old also shared the sentiments of many fans and pundits by admitting that he'd never seen AJ Styles look so physically imposing in his entire career. "I first worked with AJ like 20 years ago and I saw his body. I had a talk with Disco about it, and I guess we're in a day and age where, you're working with people, whether it's testosterone or whatever it is, but you're working with a professional and taking this stuff safely, and a lot of the boys are doing it. This is what Disco Inferno was telling me. I've never seen AJ Styles look like this." Stevie Richards also shared his thoughts on AJ Styles' new look and was certain that TRT might not be the only reason behind the WWE star's surprising physical changes. The former WWE star acknowledged that while Styles and other talents might be on some added supplement, the wrestlers also have to put in the hours inside the gym. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. Everybody can just say, he is working out hard, he is doing this and that, there is no question. You have to put in the effort with that. But let's not kid ourselves and not pretend to be children anymore. Yeah, they are getting into Rumble and WrestleMania season, and they are going to get off their cycles, and this just isn't the case of TRT. The former WWE Hardcore Champion continued to explain the different ways to build muscle and felt that AJ Styles' recovery from injury would have played a role in how he trained. Stevie Richards spoke of the therapy aspect to Styles altering his body and stressed that there are new and little-known trends in bodybuilding that might not come under the usual drug testing regulations. Richards shed some light on growth hormones and noted that as the tests for them are expensive, more organizations don't even bother getting them done. He added, for AJ to have that kind of a transformation, which I have no doubt was some kind of therapy aspect to it because of the injuries and recovery, but that's beyond just testosterone and sipping it. There might be some trend in other stuff, and if they are testing for steroids and he has a TRX prescription, we're talking growth hormone. Kevin Owens makes it personally with Logan Paul. WWE superstar Kevin Owens did not mince words when asked about the current United States champion Logan Paul. The Maverick won the United States Championship from Rey Mysterio at Crown Jewel earlier this year. A couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, Logan announced that there would be a United States Championship tournament to decide his next challenger. WWE correspondent Caleb Braxton caught up with Kevin Owens during an exclusive interview after SmackDown. The prizefighter made it clear that Logan Paul has been doing repulsive things with the United States Championship since he won it. Owens claimed after winning the title, he would clean it thoroughly before restoring its glory and prestige. Once I go through Santos Escobar, the ultimate face to punch, Logan Paul. You know what he's been doing with the US title since he's won it? Just repulsive, just gross. He's a man of very low moral fiber, right? I can't wait to take that title back, put it in my bathtub, and I'm not going to take a bath with it. I'm just going to put so much Clorox hand sanitizer, whatever is needed to clean that thing. Then I'll take it and we'll restore the prestige it deserves, and that's about it. That's my plan, Kevin Owens said. Logan Paul put on a stellar match against Rey Mysterio at the Crown Jewel 2023 Premium Live event. In fact, the Maverick even saved the masked Luke hitter from a serious injury as he swooped down to catch Rey while he was doing a backflip, preventing the master of the 619 from falling neck first. However, Logan has not defended the United States Championship since that night. Given his schedule outside WWE, it seems difficult for the social media sensation to be a regular feature on the Stanford-based company's weekly programming. In the United States Championship tournament, Kevin Owens will now face Santos Escobar in the finals to decide the #1 contender for Logan's title. It will be interesting to see if this new challenger can take away the title from the Maverick during their matchup. What are your thoughts on Logan Paul's title reign? Triple H adds former WWE champion to Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Seth Rollins is currently holding the World Heavyweight Championship in the Stanford-based promotion. However, since the arrival of CM Punk back in WWE, many believe that a clash between the best in the world and Rollins is imminent at WrestleMania 40. Further, the heated confrontation that took place between these two during the December 11, 2023 episode of the Red Brand increases the likelihood of this dream showdown. Ahead of this, another potential scenario that might unfold could involve the addition of the Scottish Warrior in this dream clash. The reasoning behind this speculation comes from the Visionary's next title defense on Monday Night Raw. For those unaware, Rollins is set to defend his world title in an upcoming match against Drew McIntyre at the WWE Day 1 episode of Red Brand. This raises the possibility of McIntyre securing an unexpected victory against the Visionary, which might eventually lead to his inclusion in the dream match involving Punk and Rollins. While Seth undoubtedly would want to regain his championship and enter WrestleMania 40 as a champion, the voice of the voiceless might emerge as the winner of the 30-man Royal Rumble match. After this, he might challenge the World Heavyweight Champion to the main event, the grandest stage of them all. However, it's important to note that this potential scenario is unlikely to unfold despite having a realistic chance. It's challenging to envision WWE disrupting the dream rivalry between Seth Rollins and CM Punk by including McIntyre. The intensity between the Visionary and the Second City Saint has already reached the next level, and it doesn't necessarily require the World Heavyweight title, as fans are already anticipating their massive showdown. If Seth Rollins loses his world title at the Day 1 show, the company might opt for a separate match for the Scottish Warrior as world champion, rather than incorporating him into the feud between Punk and Rollins. One major question among fans concerning the clash between Seth Rollins and McIntyre is whether CM Punk will interfere in this title bout and cost the Visionary the match. As of writing, the company has not announced the involvement of the best in the world for Day 1 2024. Additionally, the recent schedule of the former WWE champion indicates that his next appearance on the Red Brand will be directly on the January 8 edition of Raw. It seems like the company doesn't have any plans for Punk to cost Rollins his title, despite the intensified heat between these two. However, WWE is famous for their surprises and unexpected turns, and only time will tell who will emerge victorious in the match between Seth Rollins and the Scottish Man. Roman Reigns replaces Paul Heyman as the wise man of the Bloodline. WWE could be planning a major swerve in the Bloodline storyline in the coming days, as Roman Reigns could replace Paul Heyman with a former champion as the wise man of the faction. The superstar in question is none other than Rikishi. Rumors of the WWE Hall of Famer returning to WWE and getting involved in the Bloodline program have been floating on social media for quite some time now. While nothing has come of those rumors as of yet, things may change shortly. On another note, CM Punk made his emphatic return to WWE last month at Survivor Series War Games. As fans may know, the Bloodline's wiseman, Paul Heyman, was Punk's manager during his first stint with the Stamford-based promotion. With the best in the world finally back in WWE, Reigns could grow suspicious of Heyman's loyalties given his past with Punk. A paranoid tribal chief could then kick the veteran out of the Bloodline, only to have Rikishi return to replace him. The WWE Hall of Famer could turn heel to side with Roman, while Heyman could once again align with CM Punk. However, it's important to note that these are mere speculations, and we will have to wait and see how things unfold. Wrestling veteran Rikishi shared his thoughts on Roman Reigns in an earlier interview. Speaking with celebrated journalist and Sportskeeda's Bill Apter, the WWE Hall of Famer said that the entire world acknowledges Reigns before revealing that he is proud of the current undisputed WWE Universal Champion. "I think the whole world acknowledges Roman Reigns," Rikishi said, referencing the WWE star's "Acknowledge Me" catchphrase. "I am proud of Joe, Reigns' real name, Sika Reigns' father, Joe Anoa'i. I think that on the flip side of wanting to be one of the boys, I think Reigns is doing one hell of a job," he said. Do you acknowledge Roman Reigns?
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for